Connections Radio presents. This podcast is brought to you by NVisionU. NVisionU has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With NVisionU, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code NVisionU.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're hearing this podcast from. Welcome to my podcast, Prospering in Health and Wealth. My name is Verner Dixon. I'm with VM Enterprise, and I am wanting to have a discussion with you about health, wealth, and wellness, and talk about how they actually interrelate with each other and can create a better environment for you, create a better work environment for you, a life situation for you, particularly if you have your health and you can focus on generating your wealth. And I think we'd have a lot to have conversations about. If you're interested, hang around and get your friends and relatives on board. And so let's get underway. Thank you. Let's go. Morning. Have you gotten your friends and relatives around the set and ready to go and ready to participate in some of the things that are happening around here? After kind of participating or looking for how people are living, looking at some of the things that are going on in today's environment. I'm sure you've, as you're watching TV or you're watching the news and some of the things that they're talking about and some of the things that are creating issues for people on a daily basis as they're going around and trying to earn a living or trying to enjoy themselves in retirement or enjoy their families and those kinds of things. And I guess I don't know if it was an epiphany or whatever, but this weekend when we're celebrating Father's Day, and I've got 3 grown children and 7 grandkids. And so as my offspring were reaching out to me to say Happy Father's Day, it just gave me pause to think about some of the things that I am trying to manage or do, or as it were, leave something behind for, not necessarily, well, the kids, yes, my kids, yes. And when I say kids, they're obviously grown, but more so the grandkids. And it's about what kind of environment, what kind of legacy would you like to leave? What would you like to have them be able to enjoy in life based on maybe some of the things that are going on now, some of the things that I'm doing. So as I'm looking at different programs and different issues and seeing how people are responding to, again, what's going on in the world, what's going on here in the U.S. based on where we're living and where we're trying to manage our lives in a sane way, in an insane environment that a lot of us are dealing with. And so I named this session of this series for the program today, Anxiety. It's about anxiety. Anxiety is a thing that, again, as I'm researching areas to look at how does wealth and health work together, what is causing issues and how you're trying to create the environment so that you can leave a legacy. What are you accomplishing this day? And as I'm looking at things and listening to feedback from different people, stress comes into that, anxiety comes into that, because not knowing what, even if you have something in place, if that's going to be adequate to get you through what's going on now, and then also leave something behind. And so we're looking at more, just everybody being a little more anxious. And I'm sure you already know what creates anxiety, but Anxiety is a common emotion characterized by feelings of worry, fear, and apprehension. It can manifest as physical symptoms such as shaking, sweating, fast heart rate. When anxiety becomes persistent and excessive, it may develop into an anxiety disorder, which includes conditions like generalized anxiety disorder, where individuals experience excessive worry about everyday activities. And let me pause there for a moment and say that if you're suffering from anxiety, I'm not the one to try to resolve that particular issue. I want to talk about some of the things that are maybe creating that, or some of the things that help you kind of get through that. But one of the things that I definitely want to say, if you're suffering from anxiety, see a doctor, get some professional help, because it can be emotionally draining. I mean, based on the things that I've seen, and over these last couple of weeks, some people are almost catatonic in terms of not knowing what the next step is, not knowing what to do, not knowing what's going to happen every day when they get up and start their day. And so the issue that I've been most dealing with is called generalized anxiety disorder. And what that means, it includes persistent and excessive anxiety, worry about activities or events. And the reason I'm hesitating there is because of the activities and or events that are going on in today's environment. It can kind of create all types of situations. My responsibility here, and the reason that I wanted to bring this to the table, is because I've gone through some medical things that I've had to overcome. And in overcoming those particular issues, sometimes I had to go outside of my normal insurance supported environments in order to help me manage, or help me get better, or help me feel better, or help me get up in the morning and feel better about myself and about life and what's going on, because I felt generally better. And if I feel generally better, that gives me opportunity to think outside the box. At least it did for me. Think outside the box about how am I going to support myself? How am I going to put something aside so that my kids and my grandkids can have something that, in my case, dad left behind or grandpa left behind, to leave them a legacy so that they don't have to struggle and do some of the things that I've had to go through, or some other people had to go through, in terms of being able to make a better life for themselves. And so I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, with not getting into a political kind of a thing, but if you're looking at issues about your Medicare, Medicaid, if you're a veteran, which I am, I'm a Vietnam veteran, if you've got medical benefits coming from that may have been an issue of concern. Social Security, for most of the people, have created some anxiety, because on a weekly or monthly basis, you don't know if there's going to be an issue with that portion of the income. I guess you can say what I'm saying is that all these little issues and all these little concerns creates more and more wear and tear, and not on your from a mental perspective. And when it creates that wear and tear from that mental perspective, it begins to manifest itself from a physical perspective as well. So you'll start seeing more people getting sick, having colds, and just being downright lethargic about trying to get up and live their life. And so, I mean, on a daily basis, you if you're looking at or paying attention to what's going on in life, you may go to bed after having a really good day. which is great. You fall asleep and all life is good. And you wake up the next morning, you have your coffee, you eat your breakfast, or you go to your business meeting or whatever. And then you hear something's going on in the world, something's going on in where you are, something is happening to affect your life in some way. And so you have to think about, how do I get through some of these things? What do I think about in terms of how am I going to manage life on a daily basis and trying to make sure that I'm not anxious about everything that's going on all day. So you put yourself to work, you put your mind to work, and you're thinking about things that you need to do. And that's when I come to the table, Sue, and I say, well, hey, these are some of the things that I'm doing. Maybe you can take a look and helpfully relieve some of that anxiousness. I'm not saying it does, but maybe it does. Maybe it can help you because you're busy. Your mind is busy. I don't know if you want to play golf, you want to play tennis, you want to play basketball or pickleball. That's another one, pickleball. I never thought I'd hear anything like that called pickleball. But anyway, that's a big thing too. I mean, activities that keep you going, get your mind and keep you from being anxious about what's going on in the world. You got plenty of time to worry about those issues, but take some time to make sure that you're okay. Again, see your doctor to make sure that your doctor is on board with helping you with your anxiety, helping you with any of the issues that you're dealing with, COVID, your colds, your whatever that may be. If you're dealing with something on a daily basis, focus on the family, making sure that the family is happy and doing some things. Again, it was about on Father's Day. It was just so wonderful. And I'm sure a lot of you gone through this same thing. You know, some of the fathers. Mother's Day is the one where everybody just everything is pulled out. You know, there's no stone left unturned. Father's Day, I guess, is a little bit different. You know, dad is a dad, you know, but it's just so wonderful to hear on Father's Day, if no other time during the year, that or little things happen during the year. But on Father's Day, when that special, that extra little push to kind of get you through your day, when you hear your kids say, you know, I love you, Dad, you know, and all the things that you've done for me, you know, and you know, help me get to this point. And so you kind of take those things to heart. It kind of gives you that warm glow in terms of, wow, at least I did something right here. At least I did something right here. At least I did something right here. I'm saying that 3 times because I have 3 kids. But it's great to know that they're healthy. Some of the things that you've imparted in them or to them have made them awesome individuals, awesome mothers, awesome fathers. And now they're teaching their kids some of the things that they learned from you, or some of the how to be human kind of a thing, how to interrelate with other individuals. I mean, I guess it's just a lot of things that kind of come to mind when those types of situations are present. And so again, what I do here again is talk about something to get you up to a healthy situation or move you in that direction, and something to help you with your finances to help you move in that direction. And so with that, you know, kind of a thing, I've taken that responsibility to see if I can help 1 or 2 people out there. If I can't help everybody, but maybe somebody says, oh, I'm having that issue too, or I went through that particular situation as well, or this little thing, with maybe that one little thing that helps someone else. But right now it's about anxiety. And again, there's I guess one of the things about anxiety, if you stop watching the news, if you don't watch the news, maybe that'll help get you through the day. And it was a long time before that I did not watch the news. And I found that sometimes not watching the news and hearing about the trials and tribulations of people in the world, people in your environment, and the things that they were going through, it made your day a lot better if you didn't have to worry about or agonize over some of those things that have been happening in the world. But now, even though I tell myself, don't do it, you have a tendency to need to know what's going on, because when you walk out that door, you don't know what your particular situation will be once you walk out of your house, once you walk out of the door. And that's also something that's being realized around the country as well. You don't know what your day-to-day issues may be when you walk out of the door, depending on who you are and where you are, and how things or how things are going to affect you in a way that's going to create an anxious moment or a mentally challenged moment, or sometimes even a physically challenging moment that you have to deal with. So think about that, and think about making sure that you're doing something for yourself to make sure that you are the best that you can be in any particular situation. If you've done everything that you could possibly do to improve your health, and you're working on improving your wealth, maybe you've already done that as well. But those things are being taken care of, and it's documented, and your family knows who and what's going on and where you are and what needs to be done and what you're taking care of. That's it. And there's a lot of times right now, it's about family. Take care of your family. It's about being healthy, making sure that you're healthy enough so that you can begin to build or leave that legacy that we're talking about. And even if you've had issues, you've put something in place that'll allow you to continue and not have the frustration or the anxiety about any medical issues or any financial issues that may impact your family once you're incapacitated, or once you're not able to do something that was creating a positive outcome in your life. If you get in a situation that happens, you don't need that extra burden of worrying about what they have to deal with from a financial perspective when you're sick, when you're disabled, when you're impacted by something that happened outside of the house. And I guess I'm kind of tiptoeing around some of the things that are going on, but you know what I mean. You understand what I mean. You understand what's going on out there in the world. You see the news, you see what's going on in the world. And so again, it creates a lot of negative and I guess I'm really harping on this because you need to think about that issue and not having to deal with that on a mental basis on every hour of the day. So do something about it. And in terms of you doing things about it, again, it's about in trying to enjoy your life as much as you possibly can. I mean, here's I guess there's another little write-up that I came across as well. Every day as an organization, we speak with individuals about building and safeguarding their money. That's one thing I talk to people every day about. Different programs that I have to help you from a business perspective, to help you from a side hustle perspective, to kind of get through that. But your financial situation is more important these days than it ever has been before, based on the external entities that are dealing with the things that you normally felt okay about or comfortable with, comfortable about the direction that you were going in. So again, I talk to people every day about that. How do you make your business better? What things are affecting that business to eliminate the increase you need eliminate the growth that you want to attain, to cut short the environment that you're in terms of building your business. Same thing about your life and the extra maybe income that you could possibly need in order to make your next step. You've got some limited financial situation. You think you've got some good, your retirement is set now, your 401k, everything is good. But that little extra, that $500 a month extra can help a lot of people get over the hump. And as I'm talking about that and putting that into perspective about if you're having issues or if you have an issue and not worrying about your finances or not worrying about the future in terms of how it's going to impact your family. I also look for different opportunities outside of just working a business or whatever, but I'm looking for things that you can invest in yourself in terms of doing that. And with that in mind, I'm going to have a visitor next week to talk to you a little bit about an insurance product that will be beneficial to you, where you can use it while you're actively involved in life, and then you have something left once you're not around. And again, we all don't get out of this place alive. So, but let me introduce you to Daphne. To Daphne Evans, I'll do this. I'll just run this video so you can understand and get the chance to meet Daphne.
Hey, Verner, I hope all is well with you. I know that you needed something from me in terms of content that actually explains a little bit deeper what it is that I do and why what I do is so magical and beneficial for people. So I wanted to supply just a short video for you this evening that pretty much explains overall in a big picture why what I do helps families. So the best way for me to do this is to ask you, do you know anyone who's had a heart attack and survived? Do you know anyone who has had cancer and maybe they're surviving? Do you know anyone who's had a stroke and survived? They're living with debilitating osteoporosis, depression. Those people whom we're thinking about may have qualified for up to $1 million. And that's what I do. I provide hope. I provide a way for individuals and families to secure their assets, to protect their assets, to protect their financial well-being, as well as their mental well-being while they are living. Most people who have filed bankruptcy because of medical expenses, and 80% of the people who filed bankruptcy for medical expenses had hospitalization. The issue is that the hospitalization did not cover all of the expenses. And so when people are trying to fight and pay medical expenses that are double-digit thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe even triple digits, depending on what the illness is and what the ongoing treatments are, and then they're trying to pay mortgages or rents or, credit card expenses or, exhausting their savings account because of the medical expenses. There's just a no ending to their suffering. But because of a thing called living benefits, which are located inside of an Index Universal Life insurance policy, it doesn't have to be. So that's what I do. Now, I can go into all kinds of details in terms of what else an IUL provides, because it's really an awesome tool to help promote and create generational wealth. Tons and tons and tons of opportunities and benefits to this particular insurance policy. But here's the key. You get it and you can use it while you're alive. So you don't have to wait to die in order to be eligible and to enjoy the benefits. Your family can still enjoy you and help you heal during your illnesses while you're alive, not because you've died. And again, it puts people on a path that saves their assets, that saves their financial future, and actually creates wealth. It really does. So that's what I do. That's the crux of what I do. I give people hope when they may not have known hope. And here's the thing. It's not because it's just for underprivileged people. No. But undereducated people, yes. There are a lot of people who are who have great incomes, who have done very well professionally, but they don't know about this. These policies are about 10 to 15 years old, so they're relatively new. Certainly when someone has an older policy, they don't have the living benefits. So we've been doing a lot of conversion. I do a lot of educating in terms of my clients. Our persistency level is about 94%. So what that means is 94% of the people who get our products or my products, they keep them. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a teaser and a little bit more information in terms of, an index universal life policy, but long-term what it is that I do. I protect people's financial future, even if they've incurred critical, chronic, or terminal illnesses. So hopefully this helps you. Let me know if you need more information to go on just to promote your teaser commercial for the broadcast, but I hope you have a great night. Take care.
All righty. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you. Again, I didn't want to make this totally about, I did, anxiety. You need to understand what that is and what it causes and why that situation exists. But I also wanted you to understand that there's things that you can do to eliminate at least that issue of anxiety, like she's saying. That it's a phenomenal product that you can use not only now, but you can use after you're no longer around and your family are taken care of based on what you have thought about, what you have put in place, what you have left for them because you love your family. You love yourself, but you also love your family. And so I will continue to look for opportunities to obviously remain healthy, stay healthy, or figure out a way to a direction to move you into a healthier environment. I will also continue to look for those ways that help you with your finances, whether it be side hustle that give you a few dollars here, there, and the other, or help you start a business. So I have that ability as well to help you do that. There's a lot of things out there right now. If you're hearing about AI all over the place. And so that is not only huge now, but it's going to be massive as we move forward into the future. But again, as we move into the future and think about some of the things that you want to think about, you want to stay healthy. And I think in one of my other broadcasts, I mentioned the fact that I wanted to be healthy and I want to be physically healthy enough that when my 5-year-old grandbaby said, "Grandpa, can you play this game with me?" And I'm sitting on the floor, I want to be able to get up. That was very important to me, being able to get up, being able to walk with them through the neighborhood, through the parks and things like that when they visit or when I visit them. So those things are important to me, and I know they're important to someone else out there. So next week, I want to plan on Daphne being on the program and maybe talking about a little bit deeper into the offering that she has, so that you have another option that you can look at as well, and get involved in making sure that your life is taken care of and making sure that your afterlife is taken care of. And so I hope this has been valuable to you or for you. And I hope that I get the chance to see you next week. I do this every Monday at 10 o'clock. I mean, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. I get excited too. Every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday with Daphne as the guest and get some questions answered about a life insurance policy that's going to help you now as well as in the future. And so until we meet again, happy days, happy days. The best is yet to come. Be blessed. Thank you.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.